Science versus religion. Fight!
People debate about lots of things, and one of the most popular debates on the internet is science versus religion. So let's find out who is right. Well, first of all, I have to define some of the words, otherwise you won't be able to understand what am I talking about. So let's start with faith. Faith is a firm belief in something. Every functioning human being has faith in many things. Some people have faith in God, faith in their family, faith in their friends. Some people have faith in humanity or faith in themselves. Some people have faith that laws of nature will stay the same in the future, even though there is no way to prove or disprove that until that future comes. The sum of these faiths form our worldviews. There is no rule that stops people from having faith in different things, like God and scientific method, for example. Faith is like trust. If you say that you have faith in your family, it basically means that you trust your family. It is impossible for a human being to function normally without having any faith whatsoever. In order for you to get up in the morning, you have to have faith in your bedroom floor, that it is solid and you can stand on it, that it won't suddenly disappear and you won't fall into non-existence. You have to have faith in your body to move around, and so on. We usually don't think about all these small instances, but we all have faith in many different things. The second word that we need to define is science.
Yes, science!
Science is a way of figuring out how our world works. Scientists use scientific method to test our world until they have enough faith in their results and can use these results to influence our world. We usually think of scientists as people with white lab coats doing weird stuff in their laboratories. But to a lesser extent, we all are scientists. When we plug our USB cables to our laptops, at first we might try all the different ways to do so until we notice that the side with USB sign on it always faces up. We might test this hypothesis a little bit more until we have enough faith in it and accept it as truth. And from that moment on, we always plug our cables with the USB sign facing up. Or we might ignore our scientific observations and continue having problems with plugging our cables every time. It might not look like science to you, but that is exactly what scientists do. They look at some task, have some guesses about how that task might be completed, then make some tests to figure out if their guesses were right, and depending on the results, they either accept these guesses as being the right way to accomplish that task, or they figure out that their guesses were wrong and start from the beginning with making some more guesses. When scientists make enough tests and have enough faith in a certain way to accomplish a task, they call that way a theory. For example, I have a theory that plugging your USB cable to a laptop with the USB symbol facing up is always the right way. In other words, science is a way of figuring out how to accomplish something in this world. It might be something as simple as plugging your cables to your devices in the right way, or something as complicated as landing on the moon. Okay, so let's move on to our next word, religion. What is that? Well, religion is a set of beliefs about the cause, nature, and purpose of the universe. Different groups of religious people might have faith in different answers to why does the world exist, what is our place in this world, what does it mean to be good, and what does it mean to be bad. Religion might include faith in God, like Christianity, faith in many gods, like paganism, or not include faith in God at all, like Buddhism. Religions usually come hand in hand with a set of rituals, like going to church on Sundays, having religious celebrations, meditating, and so on. But the essential part of belonging to a certain religion is believing in certain answers about our place in this world provided by that religion. So now, when we know what faith, science, and religion mean, we can look at some arguments and see who is right and who is wrong. One of the most common arguments by religious people is that faith is necessary for human beings to function, and people who don't belong to any religious group lack faith. And they are right that faith is necessary for human beings to function, but not being a part of religious group does not mean that one does not have faith. Every functioning human being has faith in something, as mentioned before. And more importantly, this argument has nothing to do with science. The fact that someone has faith in religion does not stop one from having faith in science. And having faith in science does not stop one from having faith in religion. You can have faith in one, the other, both, or neither. So as far as it concerns science and religion, there is no debate here. And actually the same is true for all the other arguments between science and religion. Science and religion are not mutually exclusive. Religion is concerned with why, and science is concerned with how. Religion tells us why are we here and what is our goal, while science explains how to reach chosen goals. If we took a car as an example, religion would be concerned about what is the purpose of that car. Some people would say that the purpose of the car is to get to work and to a grocery store. Some others would say that the purpose is to transport things from one place to another, while the rest might say that enjoying the process of driving is the right answer. Science, on the other hand, would be concerned about how to accomplish these tasks, how to get from home to work and then to a grocery store, how to efficiently transport things from one place to another, and how to make the process of driving an enjoyable experience. When we look at this example, it becomes clear that there might be some disagreements between different religions, but never a disagreement between science and religion, because they are concerned about different things and do not overlap. But why then do we have these debates between science and religion in the first place? Well, that's a good question, and a question for my next video. In the meantime, leave a comment below and tell me that I have a strong prejudice against religion or against science, depending on your personal beliefs.